will head over the microphone to our commentator of the day, Michael Chu.
Thank you so much, Sebastian Gunther. Welcome to Brands Hatch. My name is Michael Tuite, as he aforementionedly said, and we are having a new championship today. This is a very graceful evening. We are doing the BMW235i Cup. There's a lot of high-profile names here today in this championship, including, but not limited to, the real Chris Rogers. So, yeah. So, of course, we're not in qualifying just yet, but we will be in soon in about 3.5 minutes' time. But we do have 17 times on the board. And Sebastian Gunther, the man you just heard from at the start there, he is in would-be pole position. He's set a absolutely godlike 50-second .2. Of course, there isn't any 1 minute. I'm not going to be saying 1 minute point anything this time because it's Brands Hatch Indy, because that is genuinely how short the track is. It's sub 60 seconds in every time the split. So anyway, Gunther is at the top, and taking it from the top is Gunther, then Photosysiclu. Chris Rogers has put in a very good lap time in third, Andy Darnell in fourth, Iepari in fifth, McCone in sixth, Brandon seventh, Gabriel Taphooks in eighth, Adam Stewart in ninth, and Rhino Berger rounds off the top 10. We've got a very strong lineup of drivers today who are all equally capable, and anything can happen at Brands Hatch, so let's see it happen right before your eyes live on PetrolHead SimRacing. So 2 minutes now from the end of practice, and then we'll be on to 15 minutes of qualifying. So I suppose, yeah, I'll talk to you when qualifying starts. There's not really much to talk about right now. Brandt has gone up to fourth place ahead of Andy Darnell and Iepari. Like, he's going very quick. But anyway, I'll catch up with you when qualifying starts. So one thing I'd love to keep in mind, I'd like you to keep in mind, is that this is one of my first times commentating in a very, very long time. So yeah, if I do a bit of ad-lib and like stutter a little bit, that's just a bit of rust on my part. Please bear with me. Yikes, something just fell over. You could probably hear that because my microphone is incredibly sensitive. But anyway, 20 seconds left to practice, and nothing has really changed in the leaderboard. We have 19 drivers on the grid here, 18 lap times, and I am absolutely eager to see what this grid can do. This is absolutely stacked. To the end there of practice, and now on screen now you can see the rest of the lap times for yourself, all 18 of them, probably. Alright, now we've got qualifying started, 15 minutes of hot lapping action. And it's the number 674 of William McCone going out first, being the spearhead of the charge. He's got the most clear air in front of him, and now he's off on a mission to claim pole position. Behind him follows everyone else, such as Gunther, Andy Darnell, and everyone else you know and love. We won't have to wait very long at all for our first lap times. It's a very short lap around here. We get like 50-second lap times over here, like from the top split, so it's not going to be very long now. Alright, McCone, Gunther and co. is going to be starting their first flying laps imminently now. And it's going to be within these 15 minutes that they're going to achieve the perfect lap time that they can achieve to secure their grid spot for the race. Will McCone is shown to be purple in the first sector, and the second sector, but he's also the first car to actually go around the circuit, so that may change very, very shortly. Let's see what he can do. The first lap time of the day from Will McCone is going to be a 51 seconds 0.6. And the lap times start to flood in from Henrik Andreasen, Paul Iapri, Sebastian Gunther, Reineberger, Franciscoglu, and those are the top 6 so far in that order. And there's a new third place. There's Andy Darnell now in third place. Everyone else can go a bit quicker, I can tell. And there's lots of people who haven't even qualified yet, so let's keep our eyes open. It's not over. And Chris Rogers is about to set a very, very quick time. He's almost taken pole there. He's quickest in the first sector by over a tenth and a half. And second place goes to Chris Rogers, and then number 671, the green car. And Gabriel Tapux might go even quicker. He's in 5th of the minute, but he's only half a tenth up in the second sector. He can easily make an improvement. He's a 52nd 0.7. He's a new person lining up with Millie McCone on the first row. Sebastian Gunther was the fastest man in practice, and he's absolutely proving it. That his absolutely godlike time in practice wasn't a fluke by any means. He's gone 1/10 and a half quickest in Sector 1 purple, and admittedly he's lost a little bit, and that's someone that spun off a little bit, going off in the third sector. Beware. But Gunther is no slouch. That was not a foul in practice, and he's on a mission to prove it. Keep an eye on him. But I'm not sure who went off in the third sector there. The course is clear now. But that's going to be a minor setback. And Chris Rogers, 7 thousandths of a second off of Will McCone, takes the position from... We have 4 cars within a tenth. That is incredible. 10 minutes to go, anything can happen. William McCone is actually going to set a faster time. He's over half a tenth up on the second sector. Rogers takes pole, and keeps it by 1/1000th of a second. William McCone's in second now, and by the slimmest of margins possible. And Gabriel Tapux has also shot up. He's in third place with Gunther 4th. He's improving very well. Rhino Berger's on a personal best. Was. Now in 10th place. He's got massive scope for improvement. Adam Stewart has a purple first sector. He's in P9 at the minute. He's only 1/10 off now. Going into the second sector and now rounding off the lap. All he has to do is put the foot down, and we see what he gets. He's going to be a 50 seconds. It's going to be a 51. Dead. That final sector is really troublesome for a lot of drivers, it seems. Oh, and here comes Chris Rogers. He's about to set a faster lap than he did previously. He's going to smash the last one out of the park. My overlay may be acting up. The lap time didn't change. But, oh, here comes Sebastian Gunther. He's just set pole position ahead of Chris Rogers. And now it's Willem McCone in third place and Fotosysiglu in fourth. Ieperi has gone in fifth and Melvin Brandt has gone in sixth. Henrik Andreasen has come back. We thought he has been AFK, but now he's back. Setting the class of the field as it is. We weren't sure if Henrik Andreasen will make it to qualify today, but he has, as it turns out, and not many people on the grid can stop him. Usually. Now we've got a whole range of drivers just over a tenth off. So, Henrik's got his work cut out for him tonight, it seems. Will McCone looks like he's out for an improvement depending on how that third sector went. 50.5, he goes ahead of Chris Rogers, and with it, the dominant spot in the second row. Blue 516 of Fotosysiglu's getting traffic a little bit. He was on a very fast lap, but now he's side by side to the last corner. That's very unhealthy for lap time around here. Anything little counts. What can he prove from P5? It's not going to be an improvement for Fotosysiglu. Maybe he's going to get better luck next lap. Gabriel Tapux has gone 1/10 quicker purple than Henrik Andreasen in the first sector. Loses at 2/10. It's not a personal best for him now. He can still salvage something if he works now for that final sector. It's going to be 50.9. His best is 50.7. He's not going to improve. He's going to have to try again next lap. The pace is there. He just needs to push forward. Here comes Henrik Andreasen again. He looks like he's going to set another fastest lap of the session. Here he comes, and it's going to be a 50.8. It's not going to be quick. He's after botching it at the final corner. That's a very, very solid influx of cars coming out of the pits there, impeding Andy Darnell on his flying lap. Hopefully he didn't lose too much time after that, but that was very odd from the pits. Ieperi was on a purple lap in the first 10th, and he's green in the second 10th. He's gone up to 6th place ahead of Andy Darnell. Up next is Sebastian Gunther. He's gone 2 purple 10ths, and he might be the man to beat Henrik Andreasen in pole position. Here he comes with 5 minutes to go. 50, 49, 50.3. And he beats Henrik Andreasen by a 10th and a half. That's incredible. Henrik's got his work cut out for him. It's not going to be as much as plain sailing as we thought. Ieperi does not improve on this lap so far. He'll try again now. He's got 4.5 minutes to make this work to improve off of the third row. Antonio Phantom is also on a personal best, cutting very close to the curbs there. Yeah, he's going to set a personal best fastest lap. He's on P19 at the minute. Hopefully he can go a little bit faster than 53.7. He shoots up to 18th place from 19th place. It's Tonio Phantom, ladies and gentlemen. He's set a 52.0. But statistically, might be onto something here from P5. He's only 0.2 off, and he's on the personal best. Goes up to P4 ahead of Chris Rogers. He goes down to P5, and now that's his chance for a second row start gone. He needs to improve quick. Chris Rogers. Three minutes to go. There's no signs of stopping from all the top runners. Even though there's 10.5 minutes to go. No, 2.5 minutes to go. 2 and 10 are similar in English words. But anyway. With very little time left, people are still out there. And that's because, like, under normal circumstances, this would mean that you'd only get, like, 1 or 2 more laps. But like, in Brands Hatch Indy, you get 3 out of this time. So... gotta use your time while we can. But now, towards the end of the session, we get proof that Sebastian Gunther's godlike 50.3 is no fluke from practice. He is a man to be reckoned with, and he's gotta be someone to keep an eye on. Two minutes to go. And that's roughly 2 laps remaining. Got people exiting the pits now. Gonna watch himself. Now Timo Reiter's gonna be on his way to improving from P15. He's gonna strive to make any improvement he can. With 1.5 minutes left to go. And Polyeperi has gone quicker than Henrik Andreasen, joining Sebastian Gunther up in the second row. I could not have foreseen that. Like, Henrik's usually really, really quick. But now everyone is stepping up to the challenge and beating him. It's going to be an incredible race. I can already tell. 60 seconds remain of qualifying, and you're gonna get roughly 1 more lap out of it, and then it's all gone. This qualifying session has taken all kinds of twists and turns, and I could not have foreseen Henrik Andreasen beaten at the line by Polyeperi and Sebastian Gunther at the same time. Will McCone's only 300ths off of Henrik in the end there. I just can't believe that. That is an incredibly close qualifying session. And this is going to improve an equally amazing race. So stay with us, fellas, because we're only getting started here at Brands Hatch Indy for the BMW235i Cup. And we have 5 minutes of intermission. Get your drinks ready, folks. So shout out to Rhino Burger for reminding me of stuff that I should know from the get-go. There's going to be a reverse grid from the top 6. There's going to be 2 races happening tonight, and the top 6 finishers are going to be reversed. So that'll give people who are finishing a little bit further down the order a chance to fight up against the front, and if they can defend, they'll wind up with a race win under their belt. So if the first race isn't exciting, then the reverse grid ought to shake things up. But I can't get over how incredibly tight that this grid is, because like you can just trying to think back to the qualifying times. I think the first 14 cars were covered by 1 second, or 13, I think. Something like that, I can't remember now, but it was absolutely cutthroat. And every 10th matters at Brands Hatch Indy, like a track like this. And that said, Brands Hatch Indy is Brands Hatch Indy, so you have to keep every expectation open, because it's very wild and unpredictable out there. It's an incredibly tight circuit. It's going to create a scope for incredibly tight racing, and inevitably there's going to be a few collisions here and there. So, and as a consequence, that'll open up a few opportunities for certain drivers to get up in the mix. And 90% of the time it's at the start, so keep your eyes peeled. One minute and 20 seconds remaining of the warm-up before we start our first race here at Brands Hatch Indy tonight. So one of the stories I'm most interested in right now is how Chris Rogers is going to fare against our roster of drivers. He is very experienced himself across a lot of sims, and I think this is a car track combo he wildly enjoys. So, like, depending on who crashes out at the start, depending on what happens, and if he's caught up in any of it, he is going to be finding himself in a very nice position to reap the benefits of staying alive. If you get what I mean, because like you lose a lot of positions when you crash and the grass is green. Did I mention the grass is green as well? I'm Captain Obvious. But anyway, the point is, like, Chris Rogers could make up a lot of positions here if he just stays keeps his nose clean and just like stays alive through turn 1, lap 1, and yeah, I'm going to stop talking for a good 20 seconds to think about the absolute boat that just fell out of my mouth. Now they are forming up on the grid for the first race of the season for the BMW235i Cup. It's going to be Sebastian Gunther on pole, followed by Polly Yeperi in second, Henrik Andreasen in third, and Will McCone in fourth. Got Melvin Brandt in 6th and Photosystiglu in 7th. Chris Rogers is in P7. Keep your eye on the leaderboard. See Rog is his leaderboard name. And we are lights out. Let's go racing for BMW235i. And Pjol Epri maintains 2nd place. And Will McCunn beats Henrik Andreasen off the line into turn 1. And that's a lot of moves happening at the same time. Melvin Brandt's got ahead of Photosystiglu. Andreasen's gotten ahead in turn 2. Side by side with Will McCunn. Very, very close racing. Sebastian Gunther has the absolute task of keeping that pack of wolves behind him. That is the grid that we've got tonight. Paulie Eperi's in 2nd and Will McCunn's in 3rd. Henrik Andreasen's dropping back a small bit. He's trying to hold back Melvin Brandt to keep hold on to P4. Zisglu 6th and Andy Darnell got a position off the line in 7th. And so did Gabriel Tapux in 8th. Chris Rogers lost a position from 8th place. And Adam Stewart rounds off the top 10. This is going to be an ultimate battle of consistency here tonight. Such a short lap, and every 10th matters. That's side by side. Andy Darnell gets past Photosystiglu for P6. Now that he's through, he's going to be able to focus on catching the drivers in front, the 5 cars in the pack in front. Arno Berger's going to be smack bang in the middle of a conflict there. Almost very big accident. Eperi has his head down. He's going to be trying to chase down Sebastian Gunther for the lead. Henrik Andreasen and Will McCunn are fighting back there for P3, the final podium spot. He's almost gone sideways. Henrik Andreasen is getting a little bit uppity there. In order to finish first you have to finish, Henrik. You need to remember that. Let's not ignore the battle for the win here. Paulie Eperi versus Sebastian Gunther. They're very, very quick. And Will got disqualified. Somehow. I don't know how. Andy Darnell's defending from Photosystiglu on the inside of him. Defending P5 now. Hardly 2/10 separate Sebastian Gunther and Paulie Eperi. Through the last turn, it's going to be a drag race, and with the help of a bit of tow, Eperi is going to get that little bit closer to Sebastian Gunther. And the more they fight, the more Henrik Andreasen is going to be closing in on them, because Will McCunn, he was the driver that Henrik was fighting with, but now McCunn got disqualified for reasons unknown to me. So now the important thing is that there's nothing now separating Henrik from Eperi and Gunther, so it's going to be a 3-way battle for the lead. Melvin Brandt in 4th and Henrik and Andy Darnell in 5th, and Photosystiglu hasn't gained any position since the start. He's still in P6. Taking an excess bit of curb there. Machine-like accuracy from the top 3. Look at him go. The draft is going to be real going into turn 1 now. Less than a second separates all 3 cars from each other. Eperi knows he's quicker, he just needs to find a way past. He needs to try to find any kind of opening. He needs to force any kind of mistake out of Gunther. And the same from Henrik. He's getting impatient, and Eperi's gone off, and so is Henrik. Yep, Ryan Hendrick has gone off, and that's giving scope for Melvin Brandt to go up and maintain the 3rd place. The final podium spot, 10 minutes to go, and that is a big accident. Not fatal, but he's absolutely hurt his point chances here tonight, Henrik Andreasen. Let's have a look back into the midfield now with Fotozisiglu. Still trying to maintain his focus in P6, chasing down Andy Darnell in 5th. Now they're off a second off each other each. Very close. Henrik keeps getting his tail out. He's gonna... I don't know what's up, but like he's definitely running a lower TC level, but it's definitely costing him a lot of time. It definitely cost him that podium. And Gabriel Tapux overtakes Adam Stewart for P7. Going down across the start-finish straight, he leads Adam Stewart. Stewart's going to try get the toe, but it's not going to be enough. Gabriel Tapux maintains P7. Adam Stewart's not finished yet. He's maintaining his distance from him. He's very close. He's waiting for Gabriel to make a mistake, but he's also dropping back. He's under threat from Chris Rogers in P9, right behind him. Half a second behind him. They're side by side, going through the last corner. It's Adam Stewart versus Gabriel Tapux. Once again, they are not finished with each other, and they're side by side going onto the start-finish straight. One of them's going to have to back out. Adam Stewart goes back behind, maybe for a bit of draft. He doesn't have the scope to go down the inside of turn 1. He's going to have to wait a little bit longer, but now that they're fighting, Chris Rogers behind them is getting closer, and maybe he's going to join the 3. A 3-way fight for P7. Seven and a half minutes to go, and Fotozisiglu is flashing his headlights at Andy Darnell. He's furious. He wants to desperately reap some kind of reward out of that chaotic start. And right now, the battle to watch is the battle for the last podium spot is Henrik Andreasen versus Melvin Brandt going into turn 1. 7 minutes to go. Brandt capitalised off of one of Henrik Andreasen's mistakes. And now can Henrik get back to him before the race ends? Or has he lost his podium position? Adam Stewart has dropped back slightly from Gabriel Tapux. Not quite as close as they were, but they're still really close. It's a 3-car train, in fact, so I'm actually... Oh my god, they're going on the inside. There's contact with Gabriel Tapux and Adam Stewart. He's taking what is his by force. Adam Stewart taking P7. Chris Rogers is taking the back seat in it all. He's watching this all unfold in front of him. And there goes Gabriel Tapux, going back into P7. Oh, almost gone out, understeered into the gravel trap. This is the closest battle I've seen yet. Look at Henrik hang out that tail. He's losing a lot of time thanks to that driving style, but it seems to be working enough for him that he's getting P4 out of it. Five and a half minutes to go, and Chris Rogers is still watching Gabriel Tapux and Adam Stewart fight. We're having a small look back to them now, and Stewart is in front, but Gabriel is giving very close chase. Henrik Andreasen now in 4th. He's trying to maintain this distance from Melvin Brandt. He's waiting for him to make a mistake. And likewise with Fotis and Andy Darnell. It's a pair of 2-car trains right now. 5 minutes to go. This is going to be very, very close racing for the win here. Well, not for the win, because Gunther is actually streaking across Iepuri there. He's over a second ahead of him. He's putting an absolute monster drive on right now. Henrik Andreasen is going to try to move down on Melvin Brandt. He's on the outside of turn 2. Maybe a little bit of scope for a switchback. Just not enough room. He gets a bit of a overspeed on him, but he's not going to be able to pass. He needs an opening, some kind of way to get past him clean, or else it won't count. Henrik's got a very good toe. He's making the most out of that very loose traction control setup, and he's going to be trying to get back into that podium. He's not going to make the same mistake twice. Less than 2/10 apart. Henrik's going to try something around the outside again. He's going to get the better exit than Melvin Brandt. And the more they fight, the more Andy Darnell and Fotis Issiglu are catching up on him. They're going to be in the mix for the final podium spot too. It's going to be a 4-way battle for 3rd if Henrik doesn't wrap this up fast. Finding any way to get past him. He's going to try hang back with the toe. He's got 3 minutes to make this work. That's roughly 3-4 laps-ish. And anything can happen when Brands Hatch such close quarters racing is such a short lap distance. And let's not forget the battle for 5th. The battle for 5th. Between Andy Darnell and Fotis Issiglu. It's almost a cookie-cutter copy of what's happening right in front of him. Melvin Brandt might just end up with his first podium of the season. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Henrik needs to catch up quick, or else he's going to lose his chance at the podium. That mistake cost him big time. Meanwhile, up front, Sebastian Gunther is 3 seconds ahead of Iepuri. Bit of contact, bashing side to side with Melvin Brandt. He's getting up ahead. He's not having any of it. He's defending very well from Henrik Andreasen. Going into Sector 2. Henrik's running a lower TC level. He's getting a very, very good traction out of every corner, but it's a very riskier drive. Like he made a very big mistake earlier this race thanks to that TC that cost him that 3rd place in the first place. If he hadn't made that mistake thanks to the low TC, he wouldn't be fighting right now. He wouldn't have to. But now he needs to sort this out within 2 laps, or else a podium to start the season off is gone forever. Gonna try and make it work around the outside. He's gonna try brake as late as he can. Gonna switch it back, but he's on the wrong side of him. Also on the inside of that corner, he's on the outside of the next one. It's gonna be Melvin Brandt defending in P3. They're side by side now, going into Sector 3. Andreasen's on the right side of him. Ooh, almost very, very squarely, going through the final bits of the track. Henrik Andreasen is running out of time to secure his podium. Can Melvin Brandt hold off Henrik Andreasen for the podium? Less than half a second separate them. Melvin Brandt's gonna be defending on the inside. There's a car off in the first sector. He doesn't go out, doesn't rejoin the track in a dangerous manner. This is going to be a very close finish. A perfect one to start the season. Henrik Andreassen's behind him. Melvin Brandt. There's not going to be enough tow. Or maybe there might. Henrik Andreassen versus Melvin Brandt across the line. Who's going to get third?
No.
And Melvin Brandt takes it across the line. And your top three for race 1 of the season is Sebastian Gunther in first, Paul Liepari in second, and Melvin Brandt in third, who managed to defend vigilantly from Henrik Andreassen. What a finish that was from Melvin Brandt and Henrik Andreassen. Also, I'm not sure if anyone else heard that, but we might have a stray cat in the microphone. I don't know, but maybe I am actually going crazy. But anyway, we have another race after this. It's a top 6 reverse grid, which means the action isn't quite over just yet. What a battle for P3 that was. That was down tooth and nail to the last lap. I'll definitely want to hear from the man himself, Melvin Brandt, in the post-race interviews. That's going to be happening when all this is all dealt and done with.
No.
What a finish that was. Okay, so we will have a small bit of intermission now.
No.
I believe we do have a stray cat in the mic. If I gave you some catnip, would you be so kind as to cool your jets? Okay, so I've sorted out a bit of catnip for our stray cat friend, and he will no longer bother us for the remainder of the stream. If you've just joined us, welcome to the BMW235i Cup. This is a brand new PHSR series, commentated by yours truly. We've got a lot of big names here this evening, and you just missed out on one of the best races we've had in PHSR in a while. Two minutes left of warm-up, and we're going to see a top 6 reverse grid, which will see people like Fotis Isoglu and Andy Darnell up in the front row. Things are about to get spicy. But anyway, it's a big mystery what happened to Will McCone. He got disqualified from that race, and it said on my UI that he got disqualified for breaking the pit speed limit. But something else has to have happened to him. Oh, right, shout out again to Rhino Burger filling me in. He actually got a jump start that he didn't serve he never served his drive-through. So yeah, it's something really interesting to think about. What if he didn't jump the start, you know? Because then the whole thing with Melvin Brandt probably wouldn't have happened for Henrik Andreasen, and he would have been fighting McCone instead. Just food for thought. But anyway.
Who jumped start? Bram?
No. It was Will McCone.
Ah, that's right.
And also, just one more thing, Jenny, if it's possible, could you please keep your microphone muted in the commentary channel? It's Alright, thank you very much, sir. But anyway, now we go and return to formation for the reverse grid, race 2 at Brands Hatch. Okay, we are now back. For BMW235i, Andy Darnell is in pole position with Fotis Isoglu in second, Henrik Andreasen third, and Melvin Brandt in fourth. Here we go for a reverse grid race start. Here in BMW, Andy Darnell gets the better start from Fotis Isoglu, and Andy Darnell is also leading Henrik Andreasen and Melvin Brandt. Henrik got the better start than Melvin, and Andy Epri and Sebastian Gunther is in 5th and 6th where they started. Again, Chris Rogers down in 7th, with Rhino Berger down in 8th, and Gabriel Tapex 9th, with William McCone fighting his way back up from 15th to 14th. Iepri's gotten past Melvin Brandt now for P4, and now Iepri's got nothing stopping him from getting at Henrik Andreasen for 3rd. Andy Darnell leads the first lap by an incredible margin, and it's going to be a bit of contact now from there's two blue cars. I thought it was Photosystiglu for a second, but it turns out it's either Melvin Brandt or Yeperi. Paul Yeperi, it's almost 3 wide going into the second sector. That's Melvin Brandt going off. He understeered off. He was forced off, I think, by someone. The red car. Stark contrast to the success he was enjoying in the first stint. But you win some, you lose some. Two minutes into this half-an-hour feature race, and Andy Darnell, Henrik Andreasen, and Photosystiglu are all the top 3. Paul Yeperi is trailing off Photosystiglu very, very close, 2/10 apart. Maybe a move down the inside from Paul Yeperi. Was thinking about it, but better judgment stopped him. Let's not forget about Chris Rogers. He's been carving his way up the field. Melvin Brandt getting past Arno Berger. He's making his way back up the field. A lot of botched starts here and a lot of making up to do. Gunther's now half a second behind Yeperi. Enough for a little bit of slipstream down the start-finish straight. And you wouldn't guess who's behind Gunther. It's Chris Rogers. And let's not forget to mention the battle that Gabriel Tapux is having with Melvin Brandt at the minute. He's almost a second off, but he's maintaining that distance, and he's going to be getting close very soon. I didn't know why I said that very weirdly, but swoon. That's a trademark word of mine. And Will got disqualified again. That is absolutely tragic. Must have jumped the start again. But Paul Yeperi is now staying in fourth. He's getting ever so closer to Photosystiglu, but so is Gunther getting closer to him, and with him Chris Rogers behind Gunther. We're getting a lot of half-a-second trains here for most of the top split. And the upper half of the midfield, it seems. It's all one big train. Half a second gap apart for the lead. Gunther's got a very good line compared to Yeperi through turn 1. He always gets closer. He's maintaining this distance through turn 2, going into the second sector. Getting a spectacular amount of slipstream going down that mid-straight. And now he's in within striking distance of Paul Yeperi in P4. And that's how it's been for the past 5 minutes of this half-an-hour long feature stint. We get a bit more sideways action from Henrik Andreasen. Let's hope he doesn't make the same mistake he did last time, because that sideways driving style is ultimately what made him lose out that third place. We have now gone single file 6 minutes into the race. Yeperi and Gunther and Photosystically were all still fighting very close, followed by Chris Rogers, but there's yet to move to be made. They're biding their time. This is no sprint race. This is a feature race where you have to bide your time and be careful. You have to pick your fights. You have all the time in the world to make your fights work. Well, obviously, if you see something in front of you, go for it. You don't just leave it on a plate unattended. But do consider that if you mess up, you have 23 minutes left to go to make something out of it. Henrik still giving very good chase to Andy Darnell, who's getting ever so quicker. Here comes Rogers now to 4-car train for 4th place. Melvin Brandt at the back there. For reasons unknown to me, they're starting to bunch up there in the midfield. And we might see a few passes going on just in a second. 7.5 minutes in. And we've got 22 left on the clock. Yeperi's losing out a little bit. Photos is getting a lot quicker now, starting to catch the guys in front as they scrap over first position. Now we see all the moves that Henrik was trying on Melvin Brandt earlier being done to Andy Darnell. Henrik's no slouch and he's not one to wait. He's going to want this position now. And he wants all the clear air in the world to try and get away from the pack and behind him. It's a 4-car scrap for 4th. Meanwhile, but you can see in the background it's a multicolored train with black, blue, green and red. Scrapping for the best of the midfield. Going across the start-finish straight, we now start lap 12 of this half-an-hour race. We are 10 minutes in, with 20 minutes left to go. We don't have any moves yet from our midfield group. Wait, I just... Allow me to eat these words back up, because Gunther, I'm not sure if you saw it, but it was very concealed in my HUD. Yeperi has managed to get past... has been passed by Sebastian Gunther, so now there's nothing stopping Gunther from charging ahead to try and get back into that podium spots. The more Andy Darnell and Henrik Andreasen fight, the closer Photosystically is getting to the front of the pack. He is within striking distance of Henrik now. That blue car has got to be quite imposing on the rearview mirror of the Viking Henrik Andreasen. And allow me to apologise, something has happened to Melvin Brent. Not sure whether or not he got turned or if he got wrecked, but I'm not sure what happened to him. I'll have to ask him after the race. But he's taken a massive tumble down the leaderboards, and he's still dropping. Somebody must have turned them. And now it's a 4-car battle for the lead. Gunther joins the fray. Well, it might be too late to get in touch with the for the lead because Henrik managed to get his pass done on lap 14. But the other 2 podium spots are still up for grabs. Things are beginning to heat up now between Fotis and Sebastian Gunther. He's within striking distance, he just needs to wait for a mistake from Fotis. Fotis isn't a slouch either. He's gonna try to coax Andy Darnell into a mistake. He's a typically calm and collected driver, so that's a very short odds of that happening, but he's got to bide his time with 17 minutes to go. And let's not forget about the battle with Pauli Epri and Chris Rogers in P5 and 6 respectively. They're having a scrap. They're half a second separates them. And if my eyes don't falter me, I think they're getting closer to the front. They might be joining our lead pack very soon. Yepri's been putting in the time and Chris has been following the line, so anything's possible here in the last 16 minutes of this half-an-hour feature race here at Brands Hatch, Indy. Sebastian definitely has the better traction out of the corner than Fotis, but he just doesn't have anywhere to put his nose. He doesn't have an opening. He's got to bide his time. Shake up on Chris Rogers for a bit. He's getting very close to Ieperi. It's the battle for P5 now. Can't imagine that slipstream is doing Ieperi any favours. If Rogers is following him very, very closely. And that slipstream is going to provide him the scope at the end to maybe make a pass. It's a scrap with cars 2nd, 3rd and 4th for the final 2 podium spots. Fotis is still trying, he's now got to keep Sebastian Gunther in mind whenever he's putting his car on the track. Because now he's not just racing Andy now, he's defending from Sebastian Gunther at the same time. We see Henrik Andreasen just running away a little bit, ever so slightly, 1.6 seconds ahead of the pack that we're watching. But my eyes are not faltering me. Ieperi and Rogers do seem to be getting that bit closer. Might be a 5-car scrap for 2 last podium spots. And Fotis might be going down for a move there. Ahead of Andy Darnell, he's managed to get it done in turn 2 of Sector 1. Fotis says, snooze you lose. He's going to try run off, but Andy Darnell's not finished yet. But now he's also in the position where Fotis was, where he has to attack and defend at the same time. So let's see how Andy's going to manage this. But fortunately, now that he's behind someone, it also means he's behind someone. In other words, he's got the slipstream now, where Fotis doesn't. He's going to try and look down the inside, he's going to scare Fotis into taking an unoptimal line. 3 wide! No, that's not 3 wide, that's just my perspective, but they're going all over the place to try find any kind of advantage they can over such a short circuit distance. Every 10th counts. And I cannot stress that enough. And for every bit they fight, Yepuri and Rogers really are getting closer. Yepuri's within striking distance of Sebastian Gunther. He's come back from the depths of midfield. And there's Melvin Brandt, assuming probably with damage. He's 5 laps down. Things are only getting started with the last 10 minutes of this feature race here at Brands Hatch Indy. Sebastian Gunther sees the impending car. That is Paul Yepuri in his rear view mirror right now on P5. Who's in P5? He wants to take this podium position. He wants to take 2 podiums in 2 races. The only person stopping him is car in front, Andy Darnell. Always calm and collected in these situations. He's famous for it in the community. Going side by side with Sebastian Gunther now going into turns 2 and 3. Sebastian contemplates going too wide into turn 4, but he knows that if he goes offline, he's going to lose a lot more time than is worth it, and the Yepuri will catch them. In fact, he's at a striking distance right now. He's in this very big towing range. 4 cars fighting for 2 podium spots. As far as they're concerned, that means there's 2 winners and 2 losers out of this bunch. They're going to continue to scrap the start of lap 24. Going down to turn 2. Andy's going to have to defend again. Sebastian's going to be able to try, with a lower TC map, he's going to try and streak past Andy Darnell. He succeeds in taking the final podium spot, but that means now Andy Darnell has to deal with Yepuri, who's also very close. Gunther is begging Andy at this point in his mind he's begging Andy to try hold up Yepuri for as much as he can. He knows he'll catch him. 10 minutes, anything can happen. That's roughly 10 laps. The train returns to turn 2. This time they're single file. Yepuri hasn't gotten so close yet as to make a move. Yepuri is right on Andy Darnell's tyre. That was a very good late push from Sebastian Gunther. Now he's back in the 3rd place. It's going to be 2 podiums for 2 races for the German driver, and I'm sure he will appreciate that for the start of the championship. Very good head start. And according to my maths, he's going to be ahead of Henrik Andreasen in the standings as well. Here comes Andy and Yepuri fighting for P4. And beware of Melvin Brandt on the left of the start-finish straight. He's streaking to the right to get out of the way of the leader. He's going off of the racing line. Very noble move. Has to not interfere with the battle going on between 4th and 5th place. Andy got the better exit this time round. Yepuri's dropping back slightly, but he knows that he's going to be able to get back with the slipstream. But here comes Sebastian Gunther on Fotis Istiglu. This is an unexpected battle. He's managed to get close enough into the slipstream of Fotis Istiglu, and he's not content with 3rd. He's going for 2nd. This is the beginning of lap 28, and now we have a new battle introduced into the fray. Just as the battle with the Yepuri and Andy Darnell has just cooled down slightly, we have another hotter one right in front of him. Gunther versus Issiglu. And Henrik Andreasen all the way out in front, 2 seconds ahead. He's got a very good view of it in his rearview mirror. It's 6 minutes to go, and Sebastian is getting closer and ever so closer to Fotis Issiglu. Less than 2/10 separate them. They both have such a superb line through the first sector, going into the second sector. Now ending on the 3rd. 5.5 minutes left to go of this feature race. Gunther just needs that little bit of extra traction. And look who's caught up to Andy Darnell. It's back to Paul Yepuri in P5. Almost spinning himself out on the curbs on the exit of turn 4. And that's I just realized Chris Rogers has retired from the race. I'm not sure what happened to him. It shows him up as a DNF. Must have been fairly recent. I thought it was. That's very unfortunate news. He's fight. He was very high up the midfield. He was all the way up there with the Epri at one point. But anyway, back to the fight with Sebastian Gunther and Fotisisoglu. We've got around 4 laps remaining of this race. Melvin Brandt exits the pits ahead of the leaders. I think it's going to be very close between Andy Darnell and Yeperi. Someone's on the grass there, going to turn 1. He rejoined. He's not going to be in the way of anyone. Beware of Melvin Brandt going slowly through the second sector. Sebastian just isn't going anywhere so far. He needs to get that extra bit of track position. Side by side, baby, for Paul Yeperi. He loses the big run he had and gets it back, going on the inside of Andy Darnell into 4th place, soaring down into turn 3. Might be a switchback for the Brighton though. Look at him go, going into turn 4. Superb line by both of them, going slightly deep onto the curbs. The Epri has the position for now, but anything can happen. Andy can strike back at any time he wants. Two minutes to go. Fotisisoglu's having a very tough time now, keeping Gunther at bay. But Gunther is running out of time. Like, he's got around 3 laps left, including this one, to get that move wrapped up. He needs to figure out something, and same with Andy Darnell if he wants this 4th place back. "60 seconds remain. And let's not forget about a mighty effort from Gabriel Tapux. In P6 at the minute. A very big fight to get there. He's gone up 4 positions, and same thing for Tomasz Urbaniak, who's gone up 6 positions. And Timo Reiter in the top 10, who's managed to go up 8 positions from his starting position. I heard a crash. Someone's gone off. I can't tell who that is, but that isn't one of the... I think that was Rhino Berger, unfortunately. What a heartbreak. But anyway, we're on the final lap of the race. Sebastian Gunther needs to get this move done. He's praying for any divine intervention, for any kind. Second place is right there. It's right up in front of him. He can taste it. It's so close to him. He seems to be getting closer. It's going to be side by side across the line. Gunther gets him across the line. What an incredible finish. And with that, my job here is done. Thank you guys so much for joining in, and I'll see you in the next one.